Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another monthly recap. It's yours truly, Relentless Trader. So, as you guys know, towards the end of every month, right, we want to go over our stats, go over our metrics, see what we can improve upon as we are moving forward. It's December 5th. I'm a little late with it, but better late than never. So, I'm going to go over my metrics for November, see some of the things that I did well, see some of the things that I can improve upon. And as you guys know, this process that I have of just continuing to push forward and try and improve. So it's Sunday, right? Sunday study day. So here we are. I think I'm gonna get that going. Sunday study day. I feel like it works. So looking at the month, looking at the calendar view, it's not a bad look. It's not a bad view. We come into the first, small green day, kind of getting things going, and then, right after that, a really good green day, right? Solid. I mean, solid. 725, 309, and 974. A pretty good first week with two big green days, right? Wednesday wasn't bad. Now Friday and Monday a little bit on the slower side, but still. Um, a good solid start, 5 green days in a row. And when I look back at this month and I ask myself, why did I not have a flawless month? Let's say, like, could I have had a month without red days? I think the answer is yes. The only day in this month that I felt like was hard was the 10th. But once I did that recap and I rewatched those trades, I realized I missed a bunch of the setups. I wasn't as attentive towards the lows. I could have definitely ended green. And likewise for these other 4 days, days where I've made mistakes later in the day, having big losses or whatever error I might have had, maybe looking to implement a new strategy or just being too aggressive. But should have had a flawless month in a lot of ways. And so I'm looking forward to this challenge going into the rest of this month here, December. Can I go without seeing a red day if there's enough momentum? If the momentum is implying that, can I have that result? I think it's doable as long as I trade to the best of my abilities each and every day. And so, it's fine to have a mistake or two, but, can you have more good things about the day than bad, and not allow those red trades or, let's say one bad trade to kind of mess up the entirety of the day. And so, wanting to be careful with that. So moving forward, let's go into the detailed section, right? So not a bad ratio of green to red, right? Details. So the exact number on the month, and this will of course be included in the title, right? But up 5,700, not a bad month at all. Doing about 272 a day. This is pretty solid, right? Up on our daily average of about 180, 190 or so. I'll have to check the number. Average daily volume, not as high as I would have actually thought. I'm still trading very low size in total. I know for some of you it might seem like a lot, but for those traders who are using big size that are getting in about 5,000 shares at a time, they're probably doing about 200,000 shares. So 25,000 shares, not that much in my opinion from what I see around in the community. So average winning trade $58, average losing trade $35. Not quite the 2-to-1 that I like to see in my trades. 58 divided by 2 is 29. And if we do 35 times 2, it's 70. And so, it's not quite the best ratio when it comes to that 2-to-1, and I think it's letting me know that I'm still scalping an overwhelming, like, well, let's not say overwhelming, but I'm still scalping a lot of trades versus trades off the lows. Like, there's still a pretty big imbalance to the two. Can I take as many trades off the lows as I do scalping, or can I reduce the amount of scalp trades that I have and increase the amount of trades off the lows? Because it's not that the scalp trades are bad, but we know that the accuracy in the scalp trades are much lower, and sometimes we don't quite have that 2-to-1 ratio. And so I need to be more attentive, and I've noticed it over these last couple of days. I'm not being as focused towards the lows as I need to be, and it's kind of like a natural thing for me since I've been trading off the highs for so long. to get distracted when the stock starts to pull back. Let's say I look away at a different stock, I watch the comments maybe. So I got to be paying attention, laser focused, even when the trades are pulling back, so that I can do good analysis and notice those setups early. So total number of trades 492. We have 245 of those being green, 244 being red. Once again, the accuracy not too good. So we'll be working on that for sure. Max consecutive wins 7, max consecutive losses 9. I like to have a 2-to-1 everywhere. If I have 7 here, can I see 3 on this side? But you know what? We know trading is hard. It does get difficult, but you know, still trying to push to the best of my abilities. Largest gain 373, largest loss 202, and this is in a single trade. So you know, I my goal is always, hey, can I get those winners bigger? Can I get the losers smaller? But as you increase share size, the winners get bigger, the losers get bigger as well. But it's an interesting dynamic of trying to properly manage your risk in the trades, manage your share size to mitigate the risk on certain stocks. That kind of a thing plays a role. Now, I'm not sure why I'm getting this this bit of an issue. Well, not issue. I would say more of a discrepancy here. I'm thinking if I was in a halted stock. That resulted into a losing trade. I know I was in one halted stock, but I can't remember the outcome. But this is why I could see this being skewed, right? But average hold time about 26 seconds, which would make sense for these scalp trades that I've been taking. But I would expect this number to be up a little bit though, because I did get in a few trades off the lows where I'm holding half of the position for a few minutes at a time. But the average hold time 5 minutes. You know, I'm thinking I know there was one halt that I traded for sure. So we'll see. Well, I'll try and see if I can't find out maybe on a later time. But average hold time for scratch trades, right? Flat trades, break even trades, 10 seconds. Average position MAE at minus 18.2. Performance by day of the week, right? Getting into some of the spicier numbers here, right? Well, I guess these numbers are pretty spicy, right? When we talk about average daily gains and that kind of thing. But days of the week: Monday, $887 on Mondays. Tuesday being the best day of the month by far, $2,000. And Tuesdays have been one of the better days of the year, which we'll look into a little later. Thursday, Wednesday, I'm flat, right? So we'll look into Wednesday. That's, you know, a couple of red trades. Thursday, not bad, 1,800. Friday, 794. So let's take a quick look at the calendar again and see Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, okay, we had a big red trade there on the 10th, a big red day, which is going to eliminate the good day from the first week. And then we kind of end flat, right? Yeah, so basically a flat day when we look at it down the ladder. Yeah, so performance by hour. So between 9:30 and 10, I booked 1,600, and it's very typical for me to get most of my gains in this area. But this month was very notorious for having stocks move more consistently around 11:30, and so I think this is why I'm going to see some more gains between 10 and 11, and then 11 and of course 12. So I think we could kind of like lump these two together, which would be 16 plus 12, which would put me over 2K between that 11:30 area there. We're going to get a few trades around noon, $511, 1 p.m., 233. Nothing at 2 p.m. Seems like 2 p.m. I was kind of just gone the entire month, right? But coming back at the close where I was able to make 477, which wasn't bad. So November, once again, 5,700. Intraday, no multi-day trades, no swing trades, right? So yeah, performance by intraday duration. Performance by intraday duration. I forget exactly what this stat refers to. I can't remember exactly. But moving on, right? Moving on, a lot more other data to look at. Performance by price. So as we know, the cheaper these stocks are, the worse it seems to be getting with volatility. We go back about a year and a half, year ago, summer months before that last year, lots of penny stocks and actual penny stocks, stocks below $1 that'll go from let's say 30 cents to 70 cents, or from 50 cents to a dollar, from 80 cents to 120, from 50 cents sometimes all the way to 150, $3. I mean, it's been so long since it's happened. I miss trading that price range. I used to love it. I used to get long 3 to 5,000 shares in some of those penny stocks and look to ride the wave. It's not happening, man. I'm not seeing any of them. I mean, like zero. It's just so odd. Not even one every, let's say, 3 weeks. Back then it used to be just as often as stocks between 2 to 4, 5 to 10, 10 to 20. Now we're just not seeing it. So as we move up, right, we're seeing a little bit more progress, a little bit more profits. Between 2 and 5, we're at 1,300. Between 5 and 10, we're at 2,100. And between 10 and 20, we're at 2,900. Above 20, we're at 232. Above 50, we're at 99. And this is going to come from that one trade, I believe, on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. Performance by volume traded. So, it seems like the more volume, of course, the better I'm doing, right? So between well, let's go down a little bit here. Performance by volume traded. 2,000 to 3,000 shares. Between 1,000 and 2,000 shares. If this is some of these metrics sometimes, it's okay. I see. So distribution by volume traded, the count. So okay, so it's giving us the count as to how many times I traded over here, and then the amount of gains. So a little bit of an interesting metric there, right? Performance by in-trade price range. In-trade price range. Between 1 and 5, 1,700. Between 50 cents and 99 cents. So this basically, and I think it's kind of more so common sense if I'm not mistaken, but the more the stock is going to be moving, and when we talk about volatility providing opportunities, the more chances we'll be able to get at seeing green trades. So performance by symbol, right? Top 20 symbols versus bottom 20, right? Not top, but bottom 20 symbols. LGVN leading the way, 800. OLB 781. PTPI. Some of these names you guys will of course remember, right? ISPC, ABVC, PPSI, PROG, PROG, right? GTech, SPI. Towards the bottom half, and some of these names are stocks I should have been green on, RNXT, which is down 309, ALZN down 190, MRAM down 188, and so forth. Performance by instrument volume, by stock volume. The higher the volume is on the stock, the better it seems like I'm doing it. And as you guys can see, I'm avoiding stocks with light volume overall, right? For me to be willing to trade a stock, it's one of those things on the checklist, the criteria for me to trade a stock, which I think I'll make an updated video on. But in order for me to trade a stock, volume needs to be high, and as you can see, nothing below 10 million shares right now, which we could potentially trade stocks at this level, but it doesn't seem like we're seeing much movers there, right? It seems like the watch list stocks are pushing high volume from pre-market then into the open and continuing it with that pace. But these metrics here I don't pay too much attention to. Performance by instrument, relative volume in relation to the 50 moving average, right? That kind of a thing I don't really pay too much mind to. But for people with TraderView, if your particular strategy might relate to that, of course you might want to take more of a detailed look, right? But it's a bunch of stuff here that can help you out in your trading in different ways depending on what you're doing. So market behavior, once again, for me, I feel like the overall market does have some connection to the small caps, but not too much, right? Because a lot of the stocks will kind of go off of their individual catalysts, their individual news. Hey, a pharmaceutical company with a successful phase 3 trial for a drug, even if the market is pulling back, that stock you know, kind of still does well, right? Depending on how the news is interpreted, that kind of a thing. So when we have these acquisitions, mergers, earnings, and these different technology companies, whatever type of sector it is, and depending on the news, if it's perceived in a good way, we still get a good gap, right? Let's say we do 50%, 100% versus yesterday's close. So in relation to the overall market and the SPY, not really too concerned with these numbers, but it's good to see green all around, of course. Win-loss expectation. This is the metric here that usually gets me the most. Um, it's usually the metric that's the most inspiring for me, right? Because it shows you, and I'm not, to this day, I'm still not quite sure how exactly this particular metric is required. I probably should reach out to the guys at TraderView to see how they record this metric. And it's showing me here that throughout this entire month, I've made $14,351.18 versus losing $8,633.94. And it's hard to believe that I lost that much money with the amount of red trades that I had, right? How do I see it again? There's a way to see it. Let's see. Win loss. Okay, we'll come back to that man. Here we go. Right, the 5 losing days is going to equate to $732 of losses. So my red days, I lost $732. Now, is it including? There's a lot of and we talk about efficiency. Can I start the day in the green, go higher in the green, and close at the all-time highs of my P&L? So I think this is capturing how many days did I start red and then had to try and get back green. How many days did my P&L fluctuate? Maybe, and if I look at these last 2 days here in December, I think Thursday and Wednesday particularly, I finished up 150 and 130, but both days I think I was up about $400. And so it's like, if we come back to the calendar, right? Let's go back to the calendar. Let's see. Let's look at Monday. So look at that, right? So Monday, I'm gonna start by going green about $30. Then I go red, $90. So I lost 120 before going all the way back to zero. So I made 120 to get back to zero. Then I made an additional, let's say get back to 40. I made 120 to get back to 40. And then from there, I proceeded to go up to 250. So before going back and ending the day at $100. So it goes to show, right? Look, just in this day alone, I've managed to lose 120. And then from 250 to 100, that's another 150. And so it goes to show. I think it's pretty accurate, right? And this is not including trades that I missed. You guys will hear me say I sold too soon, or I should have been in that particular trade, or hey, I was just too slow typing in the symbol, or maybe I looked away and opportunity costs, right? So when we look at these green days, look at this one, a big green day, right? I'm up $700, but I'm down 200 to start. So I think it's pretty accurate. I mean, it adds up quickly. Between those 2 days, that's already like $450, $500 just between those 2 days. I mean, we talk about the slippage and how well can we like maintain. This is a better day, right? We didn't go that deep. We went down about $40 and then curled back up. But once again, how many trades did I miss? How many trades did I not get to capture, which is not even included in this metric? So Friday 114, look at Friday. We're down almost 270 before coming back green. Yeah. Efficiency, man. Efficiency is big. Efficiency is huge, man. It's hard though, Let's look at the red days. So I'm green $40, I'm flat. I'm green 100, I'm flat. I go red, that was at about $60. Then I go back to break even, then back to green 100, and then back down again. So how much money did I lose here? So I lost 50. Um, then I proceeded to lose, was that 100, and then another like 80. So I lost the 180 off the highs, and then I made back 180 to get back to $100, and then I lost it again. I lost the 180 again. It makes perfect sense that number that it's showing, but how do I get these numbers down? You know, is there a way? Is there a way, right? Can we continue? And there of course is a way. There has to be a way, right? There's no way that there's not a way, right? So you know, $8,000. I lost $8,000 despite my red days only being at 700. How do I bring this number down, especially when I start to increase my share size? You know, trading, man, trading is just always so hard. Now, the good news is that I made $14,000. It shows that I'm capable of having bigger months, right? There's potential here. Once again, if we include all those trades that I've missed, I've sold too soon, or just didn't get to capture pretty good, the mistakes I've made, maybe this number goes from 14 to 18 or 20,000, and I only lose, let's say, 4,000. Let's divide this by half, and instead I get a month of, I'm up about 10 to 15,000. Um, we'll see, man. Trading, man. This is why it's important to review metrics. Efficiency is always so key, man. And for me, there's so many different things to work on. How can I get less red days? Can I minimize my red days to only 5 red days a month or less? Can I eliminate these trading days? And let's continue to look through some of the other days, right? Let's get back to the calendar quickly. We'll look at a few more. Um, let's look at a pretty excellent day, right? And then let's look at some of the red days as well. So 504. How did this day go? Okay, not bad, right? We go up and up and up, but then look at that still. So from about 760, 780, we ended at 5. It's giving back too much profits. Giving back too much profits. So that was a good green day. Now let's look at a red day, right? Let's look at the day of 374. So we started red, right? Down about $50. Then we're flat. Then we're down $40. Then we're flat. Then we dropped to 300. Just didn't stand a chance. Can we be green? Can we start green, go higher in the green, and keep pushing, right? So it's all part of it, but definitely want to continue to find ways to be better. Look at this day here. We go red, we go green, and we give back profits every time we reach the highs. We reach the high, we give back. We reach the high, we give back. We reach the high, we give back. So it's always something to work on, right? Every day, red or green. That's why I tell you guys, it's always important to review no matter what, right? No matter what, it's always important to review. Look at this day. Started green, up for $30, down to 80. We're back green, then we're down. We're back up almost flat, then we're down again. So it's pretty crazy when you look at the efficiency standpoint. So the win-loss expectation, the drawdowns weren't bad, but definitely still work to improve upon. The equity curve, not too bad. So between the 1st and the 11th, we had good incline. Then between the 11th and, let's say, well, not the 11th. What day is that? The 4th. Between the 4th and the 15th, we're gonna get a little bit of sideways consolidation actually before zooming on up again. So that second week, because I had those red days, it was a very slow week. I didn't capitalize as much as I should have been able to in this particular week. So I'm green 492, green 474, but red 374, red 154, red 49. So it wasn't a good week. I think I made like $300. And in fact, let's see, between the 8th and the 12th, let's look at it. The 8th and the 12th. Details. So yeah, $388. I mean, just not impressive. We made 3,200, but we lost 2,800. Just not good. So, you know, trying to eliminate those red days and be efficient once again, the way to go. So liquidity, okay, we don't have this one available. I have silver and not gold with my trader view plan. But yeah, so let's go over to win versus loss by days. Let's come back here, filter that back out. So 16 winning days to 5 losing days. This I'm pretty proud of. Green days to red days. I'm pretty proud of this. 16 green days to just 5 red days. Once again, I think I could have been one red day alone because that one day on that Wednesday was kind of tough for me. But let's look at our green days. We're averaging $403 on the green days, which is really solid. Excellent work there. $6,400 total. Volume at 2,500. Average winning trade gain / loss $17. Average winning trades, actually winning trades 192 versus 166 losses. So the accuracy once again still an area that I have to improve upon. So if I think this is what the case is. It's like if my accuracy can continue to get higher, if I continue to reduce the amount of scalps I take and cut out those middleman trades, and do get better setups, I think cutting down on the number of trades, quality over quantity, eliminating some of those scalp trades, being more attentive towards the lows, and I think in turn that'll make me more efficient with accuracy, precision, which will then reflect when it comes to how my days are going. Can I start green, go higher in the green, not have a big loss and be chopping around in my P&L? So all of those things I'm considering. Good 2-to-1 here, $63 to $34 on the winning and losing trades. Hold time losing trade about 20 seconds, hold time winning trade about 31 seconds, and scratch trades at 10 seconds. Largest gain 373, largest loss 202. On the red side of things, I'm losing about $146 per day. Average volume 24. So volume not a big drop off, but for me I like to reduce size when things are going slow, so not too much in that field there. But once again, not every day was a day to really reduce size. I just made a few mistakes along the way, which is why I didn't fully capitalize on certain aspects of the day with the opportunities that we had. Winning trades 40%, losing trades 60%, which is absolutely not good. And ratio wise, average winning trade $40, average losing trade $37. Trade P&L standard deviation $54.22. Average hold time winning trade 10 seconds. Average hold time losing trades 20 seconds. So it seems like on those red days I didn't do a good job holding as long as I needed to hold, which is what I'm seeing here into early December, that I had a lot of opportunities I could have had but selling too fast. And also, you know, it's a little bit difficult sometimes because I know there's markets where, hey, we hold long, we get burned. We don't want to fall into the habit of holding too long. And a slow market, but if the market can remain hot and consistent and reliable, then I think we give it the benefit of the doubt to hold the trade slightly longer until proven otherwise. So that's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Actually, I'll hold a little bit longer, and then, you know, once it stops working, then I'll look to, you know, cut the trades quickly again. So we'll see how it goes. Largest gain 139, largest loss 165. So price and volume, this is going to be very similar to what we saw in the other chartings, right? Between 2 and 5, right? Versus between 5 and 10. We're getting the loss columns as well, and of course below $2 we're not really seeing anything, as we're not seeing much of those trades. Volume, once again, a lot of similarities to what we saw in the other charting, right? Market behavior, and of course the win-loss expectation once again. Winning days, right? Winning days, we've had up $12,000. Losing days, $2,000 and so forth and so forth, right? Losing days, right? Losses on winning days, $5,000, $5,700, which is a lot of money. Which is a lot of money. Jeez Louise. Expectation winning days, 1787 versus 563 losing days. The metrics are always pretty interesting, right? Compare. One thing we can do is do we want to do any comparisons, right, when it comes to let's see, last year versus this year, last month versus this month, intraday versus multi-day, long versus short, losing, winning versus losing, long versus short. I think we had a one. I think we had a one. Let's see. Well, it doesn't seem like this is accurately reflecting for this particular month. Last month versus this month. This is going to show December. So what we can do, let's fix the dates here. Let's look at October. October versus November. I mean, like, accuracy is not improving, man. This is the one thing I gotta continue to monitor closely. Like, it's like, if we look at the amount of gains I had, my profits increased a good amount, let's say 35%. Average daily gains improved a lot. Volume didn't go up as much, so you would think that I was a lot more efficient. Volume went up by 4,000 shares alone. You would think I was a lot more efficient. Average trade gain or loss, 11 versus 9. Total number of trades. So I took more trades. Interesting. I took more trades. 120 extra trades. What's the math? 492 minus 381. 492 minus 381. My goodness, why is that happening? I'm doing it on my phone. 111. I had 3 typos. Anyhow, it's 111, right? I took 111 more trades, which is the difference. So, a hotter market, I'm trading more frequently, and I'm not seeing an improvement in efficiency when it comes to accuracy. So the only difference between this month, you're telling me, and last month is that I took more trades and that the market was a little bit hotter. So it shows that the improvements over time definitely is something that's gonna, unfold over the long run, right? And once again, I mentioned it earlier, implementing more trades off the lows, being more attentive off the lows, to get those nice trades. Can I take 10 trades off the lows and 10 trades scalping, or 5 and 5, if you guys see what I'm saying? Can I have more of a balance versus scalping and off the lows? So definitely an interesting metric to consider. And for me, there's some other things. Let's look at something else, right? Let's look at my best month ever. Let's look at one of my best months ever. Let's go to the reports view, calendar. How did I do in February? Let's see. February, March, April, May. Thinking of a month that I want to compare. Okay, let's do this. So let's go to win-loss. Compare. Let's do last month versus this month. Let's do July of last year. Right, July of last year. Versus November of this year. Let's just take a look. Just out of curiosity, this was one of my better months last year. Right? Just out of curiosity. I mean, look at the volume difference. Well, actually, okay, my trades are getting recorded differently. I can't forget. I changed. What I'll have to do, I'll have to see if I can't go back and re-import everything, which I should be able to do. I don't think I've deleted. Well, at least I'll have to check the old PC, and I'll have to check my broker statements to see. I should have everything. I'll have everything. It'll take me some time to do though. I'll have to go on the website and kind of import it from there. But I should be able to up until my old account, which would be a problem because my account switched. I switched my account number basically like 3 times, just for like safety, security, that kind of a thing. Is something I do regularly. But I might not be able to. I might be able to go back to a certain point, but I'll have to check the old PC to see if I have the trades like exported into the into the documents files, which is part of the process before I upload my trades. I'll see if it's stored in the old PC. If that's the case, I can get everything. If not, I'm not going to be able to have an accurate comparison. But my metrics are being recorded. Right now, it's per execution versus I think this was more of an aggregate of everything, right? But not quite. So what we can do is a different date this year, right? What was one of my better months this year? So let's go back to January 1st of 2021 and go to we'll go to the let's go to the calendar here just to see. Well, actually no, details is going to be better. Let's see, February. Okay, let's compare February of this year. And I'm thinking I did the change in my in the way how I recorded trades already. So let's check February versus November of this year. So let's see if we get an accurate read. Come on. So let's see, February 1st to, of course, February 28th. In comparison to, now they're giving me all these dates, kind of messing it up here. In comparison to last month, November 1st to, of course, November 30th. There we go, generate report. I believe I switched over my metrics already to this point. We can double check it too, but let's see. February volume 61,000 shares. Let's double check it. Let's go to let's map February alone here. Clear February of this year. Let's see. I'm not sure if TraderView is going to be able to accommodate for the switch in terms of metrics. If it's not loading it. I think I did it more recently, so it's a little skewed. Not going to be able to track those month-over-month comparisons pretty accurately. So we'll come back to that for the next episode, which is going to be end of December, right? I'll have that fixed by then to the best of my abilities in terms of data that I'll have access to, but we'll see. So let's clear everything up. Overview. Let's look at the entire trading career to this point since going live, which is going to be, of course, going back to May of 2020, right? A little bit of trades from E-Trade in April, and then May of 2020. So as I was building up my account to 25,000, I was at 14, and then, 10, 14, 18, and so forth. And so I took a few day trades before fully having my balance. This is why I have these trades here imported. So into May of 2020, and then from there, we started trading. So, 5 red days on the month to start. June, having 5 red days in a row. And then, boom, my biggest day ever on the 9th. Remember this like it was yesterday. Red, 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 red. And then, boom, $2,200. Crazy. It's always weird for me to have so many red days back to back. I mean, it's gonna happen in June and then again in September of this year. Well, no. Let's not forget October, right? Let's not forget October, which is the worst month of our career, where we were down $3,500. I mean, just an awful month. I mean, and I hope we'll see. I look forward to the challenge of not letting this happen again. But I look forward, if I'm in a similar situation, to reacting faster, slowing it down faster. Look at this week right here. $100, 50, 24, 92. This is me coming to terms with, hey, if I'm gonna trade through this thing, small size. But before that, 450, 190, 280, 550, 1,000, 500, 400. Jeez Louise, just too many big red days. If all of these could have been red, if these were gonna be red days and be red days of like $50, I mean, I'm down to 1,000 on the month, versus 3,500. I'm less than 1,000 maybe. So you can see a lot of red days on some of these months. This is the one thing I'm trying to improve year over year. How can I eliminate the amount of red days that I'm getting? So as we come into 2021, January, really good. February, 3 red days. My import got a little bit messed. This is one of the months where I switched my account number. I lost data in this week, but I think I had 3 red days. March, not bad. April, a lot more red days. May, okay. June, okay. July, a little, let's say 2 too many. 3 too many, right? 1 too many red days. Seems like I had about 7, 4, 9, 4, 8 red days. So can we eliminate 3 or 2 of those red days, So that's what I'm looking forward to here. More consistency. September was not bad, to be honest, until I had 5 red days in a row, which was just so disappointing. But yeah, so that's how my overall career's been going. Right, we're at 55,000. Looking to get to 100K pretty soon. Can we get up there to $100,000 in profits? Mondays 7,000, Wednesdays 6,700. Not too good. These 2 days are struggling in income in terms of keeping pace with the other 3 days, which are neck and neck for the lead. Wildcard Friday is leading the way with $13,800. Tuesday coming in at 13,600, and Wednesday coming in at 13,500. So neck and neck. By the end of the year, which day? I think I'm gonna put my money on Friday if I'm gonna take a bet here, but we just don't know. Maybe who knows, right? If I get a $5,000 green day on Monday, which I would love, if that I think for my metrics that balance out, that's what I would need. Some huge green days on Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see if the order of just natural phenomenon comes into play, and I get big green days on these 2 days, which would be amazing. 2 $5,000 days would be nice if something like that is to come and happen. We never know. But so far the overall P&L is not bad from my start date going back to May of 2020. Slightly red pre-market, down $700. Not as consistent in the area, but between 9:30. This is why I tell you guys the bulk of my profits will come between 9:30 and 10 a.m. Look at that, $27,000 versus 12,000, and then the numbers trickle down after that. So let's go to price and volume. You'll see we had way more trades back then of stocks below $2. Not as many now, right? LEDS, my biggest winner. MOSY, EXPR. You guys will remember some of these names. HLBZ, LGVN, SOS, XTNT, IINN, JFIN, BTBT, Lizzy, LIZI. Red, MARA, JSPR, which is a big green. But this stock was really good. I had no business being red on this stock, but down 632. SRNE, LMFA, which was another good one. It's sometimes disappointing to see that you're red on some of these really nice stocks. IMMP, VVPR was good. BKKT, not BKKT. How was I red on BKKT? Come on. And we're down 340. Well, what's that? Where is it at? We're down 342 on BKKT. Um, Overall accuracy at 48.9. And win loss expectation. I mean, look at the equity curve, right? So we started off. Look at this drawdown here. This was October month of last year. We started off pretty good. In our first between May and September in starting my trading career, made 18,000, and then my very first test of strength, my very first pullback, down 4,000 off the highs, and then having to recover. And then from then we haven't had a big drawdown yet, and looking forward to keeping it that way. We've been on a tear when we look at the equity curve. We've been doing pretty good in the overall scheme, right? The video is pushing 45 minutes. I think I'll aim for like 55 to an hour, right? We're getting close to the end anyways, but not bad there so far. We've made $144,000 in just over a year, because May to May is 1 year. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So in a year and 7 months, we've managed to make $144,000, but we've lost along the way 89,000 of that money. And once again, this is not including those trades that I missed, that I sold break even or got out too soon, or just, opportunity cost. Maybe I'm looking at one stock and the other one rips up. This is not including any of that, right? So it shows the potential is there to continue going, as we know the ceiling is just so high here in the markets. But these are the metrics of a profitable trader. I'm not a perfect trader by any means, as you guys will see here, keeping it 100% transparent. So be sure to hit that thumbs up button as the video is coming here to an end. But we're pushing. We're looking to be better. I think two more years, we'll start to really see the change in the accuracies. I get real comfortable with those trades off the lows. We'll see. So let's do January of this year versus now. We're at $40,000 on the year. $40,000 a year, trading from my bedside. I'm behind this green screen. My bed is literally right there. Right off my bedside. It's not bad money, man. It's not bad money. I know a lot of you out there are doing pretty well, right, for yourselves. And for everybody else, we're trying to get up to those levels of doing well, having a good balance, good source of income, whether from the market and other streams of income. So for some of you, it's going to seem really good. For some of you, it's going to seem, like, yeah, this guy, he's making his way up there. He's making his way. For me, where I'm at, I'm very grateful. Coming from my humble beginnings, I'm very grateful to be able to do this. I look forward to continue improving. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the future has to offer. The average daily volume, 32,000 shares. We're at $185 a day, and it's helping in some ways to keep the 9 to 5 away. Although we'll talk about that a little bit sooner. I might be going back soon, because whilst $40,000 a year is good, 80,000 is better. And if it doesn't conflict with my schedule for YouTube and trading, I think it might be worth it. I will talk about that soon, right? So just a bit of a hint there as to what might happen next year. Maybe I go back, right? We'll see. But it's great to know, like this, I feel like these couple of months, it's been so good mentally, as to knowing what I'm capable of doing, what the true potential of trading is, what it means to be independent, and being able to provide for yourself without having a boss. It's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling to know that you don't necessarily have to rely upon anybody else to put money in your pocket, and it's the ultimate, level of independence and freedom that you can have. And so, we always want to make sure we have to do what we have to do when it comes to having a day job and that kind of a thing. But it's also good to know that you have, you have another way, right? And this way for me, I want it to be eventually. Right now, it is my main source of income, but we'll see as I go back to work. I'm thinking about it. If I do, I eventually hope that trading do take over as my biggest source of income without even, without competition. Let's say, right? until the time is right, of course, to start venturing in to different aspects of this particular business when it comes to monetizing and that kind of a thing. So drawdowns, it's been getting a little bit bigger, but we got to be careful to keep these numbers small. I've noticed this, hey, my drawdowns have been getting bigger over the year, so I need to be careful not to give back too much profits at any given time to keep those red days at a minimum, be efficient, and continue looking forward to being better. So far this year, we've made $98,623. We've lost $57,867. So what will it be? What does the future has to offer here? It's been a good video. It's been a good metrics recap, right? Hopefully you guys did enjoy. We're at 154 green days versus 166 red days. We've lost $10,000 on those red days and making about 51,000 on the green days. Average winning trade, average daily gains for our green trades, 334 versus 162 on our red days. Volume difference is good. We're more aggressive on the green days. On red days, when things are slow, we're easing it down, which is always good to see. Accuracy on my green days at 53%. Accuracy on my red days 36%, which is not good at all. But we're going to continue working on these metrics. We're going to continue looking forward to improving, to being better, to getting where we want to be as excellent day trader. And so far this year, Fridays, this is why I'm betting on Friday. Friday has been the best day, wildcard Friday. Tomorrow will be Monday, fun day. Can we see something on Monday? Can we get some strong momentum? Can I get a good $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 day tomorrow, right? Is that possible? Can we get a big green day to boost up our percentages on Monday for the year? But it's been pretty balanced. It's been pretty good. Let's see where December end. Can I outdo last month? That's not going to be my goal. My goal is going to be, can I do better on a daily basis, right? Can I improve day over day, make those adjustments? And hopefully that does lead me over this mark of about 5K. So far this year, my best month in June, my birth month, the sun is always shining on me very bright at that time of year. $6,400 leading the way. But will Santa come around and bring about some presents here for December? We'll see. So I think this is a good place to end it. We're pushing now 52 minutes. Guys, if you did enjoy this recap, if you're watching to the end, you are the real MVP. Just for a quick speech here, short speech, not going to keep it long, not going to overtalk it, but for motivational purposes, right? Trading is not easy. It never was, it never will be, but it can be done. Let's keep grinding, let's keep working, let's keep pushing on this journey to be successful day traders. Let's do what's necessary to continue advancing and becoming that trader we know we can become. We're never competing with anyone else, but we're competing with ourselves to be better versions of ourselves over time. Can we beat our lap time? Can we beat our ghosts? Can we beat that lap time to have a better lap, a more successful lap, a more efficient lap? I am looking forward to the challenge. 2021, not a bad year. We did have some really good months and some months where we need to improve upon. So I'm looking forward to it. December so far, we're 3 of 3, but not efficient on these first 2 days. So, looking forward to being better here tomorrow, coming into the 6th of December. So, with that being said, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. It's been Relentless Trader. Check out the Discord, which will be the first link down below. That's our chat room, 100% free on iOS, Android, and PC, Mac, and everything else there. So take it easy, guys. Stay safe, stay green. It's been RT, and I am, of course, signing out.